Hey everyone, so today I'm in a undisclosed location with
very secret.
Samuel, aka Rarest minifigure, and you might not know him, maybe you have. He's been on Pawn Stars selling some absolutely insane Lego Star Wars items.
Some of what you'll see today.
Yeah, so that is what we're doing here. He has one of the probably most valuable and also biggest Lego Star Wars rarity collection. How would you describe this?
Yeah, rarity and like vintage stuff, anything that catches my eye basically. So.
Okay. And then he also has one of every single Lego Star Wars minifigure, including the exclusive ones that you couldn't get your hands on.
Yeah.
I don't think he's missing anything.
I'd like to think not, unless they keep putting out little variants and stuff like that, but I think I've got them all.
Yeah, so today we're basically looking at the most valuable Lego Star Wars collection I think you probably have ever seen. So thank you for inviting us today, by the way. This is so awesome. I appreciate this. And I should note to everybody, the reason why he's letting us film this today is he's actually moving out of here right after we're filming. He's actually going to start the packing process, and by the time this video's on YouTube, none of this will be here.
It's all going to be gone.
It's
locked away. Yeah,
this is kind of an exclusive moment, basically, would you say?
Timing worked out perfectly. An opportunity to share it with everybody that wants to see it.
Definitely. I also want to thank Whatnot for sponsoring the video. More on them in just a few minutes. So quickly just showing this kind of what's going on in this office is what Samuel has told me, is that first off on this wall right here, you have a complete, and I mean complete, every single Lego Star Wars minifigure all the way up until, I guess, the end of 2023. We have all the poly bags here, there's exclusives down here. We're going to go through all of that in the next few minutes. Over here is like the dumb rare stuff, like the George Lucas Lego minifigure goes for thousands and thousands of dollars. There's, bronze minifigures, one-of-one displayable figures. Are these the ones that were on Pawn Stars? He's got one of all the Lego Inside Tour sets, and then over here, a whole bunch of Lego Star Wars sets, a lot of rare ones. And then, how many is this?
Oh, God. Looks like almost nine. Is that the final count? Yeah.
Lego Star Wars 20th Anniversary X-Wing Starfighter, Christmas X-Wing Starfighters.
It's a good set.
It is a good set. I do enjoy.
I might like it a little bit too much.
Yeah. All right, so let's go into this one by one.
So to start off, the way I've got things kind of organized here is I've got one of all the Lego Star Wars poly bags and these nice little display cases, and it runs all the way down, kind of got it set at this angle so as you walk into the room, you can kind of appreciate each and every one of them.
Where did these cases come from?
These cases, they're actually from Amazon. They're real cheap. They're like coin collecting cases and stuff, but it works pretty well for the Lego poly bags. And I have not seen any damage from residue or anything like that, and I've had them for a while at this point.
I'll drop a link down to Amazon for those who are interested.
No, you should. People ask me all the time whenever I post them on my
link down
page.
In the description.
Yeah. And then up here, so these are all the Lego Star Wars minifigures that they've ever made. I have it up to the end of 2023, so still have 2024, all the recent releases I don't have yet added to the display cases, but this includes minifigures from sets, minifigures from poly bags. The only ones that really aren't in there are basically droids, ones that are too bulky to fit into the frames. So those I just have stored in a separate bag to make sure it does stay complete.
What about big figs?
Yeah, Jabba, stuff like that is also bagged up. But I do have all of those. Believe me, they're all there.
I don't believe you.
Too retentive to
you don't have the whole collection.
I know, it's not on display. So yeah, that's some of the rarer ones that everybody likes to point out, or I guess more expensive per se, but you have one of the New York Yoda. The other one that has a different hair color is down in the diorama set. So there's actually two different ones. You got your Yuletide pilot over there, which again, of course, have all those other Christmas X-wings. I like to keep sealed. Chrome Vader. There's Chrome C-3POs up there, and then the other variant is.
Oh, you have an open C-3PO.
Yeah,
I feel like everybody has those. Never took it out.
Yeah, no, people don't like to take them out. And then kind of along the back wall here, so that's kind of the main theme for this wall. And then I just have a few random little things. So, a couple special sets within these display cases. That's the Nebulon B Frigate, and then the Bespin Cloud City Duel. One of my favorite Lego Star Wars sets, which I feel like David's probably going to have to agree on this one.
Oh, yeah.
But San Diego Comic-Con from 2008. Really great box artwork. And then it has the flap that opens up.
Am I allowed to hold it?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
This is a set I've always wanted, but how much does this thing go for?
It goes for a few thousand at this point, yeah.
Yeah. Are these separate boxes right here? That's what I wanted. Oh, no, it's not.
No.
I always thought this was contained,
no.
it's just different boxes. But if you opened it up, would it be like this?
No, I don't think so. I think it's all just like the bags on the inside. I actually haven't opened up one myself, but you know, it's basically like these 2 sets, and then you get these bonus clone troopers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is so cool.
To make a battle.
This was the launch set for Star Wars: The Clone Wars at Comic-Con 2008. Yeah. You can even see on the back
originals.
Here. They have Geonosis. Look at that.
Look at that.
Let's go.
I think you have to get this now, David. I think.
Oh no! Don't say
a
that.
must.
Don't
a
say
must
that.
have.
A couple thousand down the drain.
Yeah. So yeah, that's one of my favorite sets. So that's why it's on display up there, purely for the box art. I'm actually, not to break a lot of hearts here, not a huge Clone Wars person, but
that hurts.
I know, but that box art is stunning. So
it is.
And then these are VIP giveaways. So I know this one is limited to 1 of 3, but that's Gold Leader and it's signed. So it's Dutch Vander.
And he also popped up in Rogue One. They repurposed the scene.
Yep. And then same here for the actor that played TC-14. That was also a VIP giveaway. And actually, Lego, I don't think ever said how many were specifically made, but I think it was also 1 of 3. This is that new Commander Fox variant.
Quote-unquote new.
Yeah, Commander Fox variant that Lego randomly decided should be its own figure.
Can you explain the differences between... So there's one up in here in the case. That's the normal one that came in most of the sets. Down here.
So the only slight difference, Lee can even pick it up on the camera, is just that little bit of gray. And that's it. That's what makes it, maybe a $100 figure versus a $600 figure.
$600. That's crazy.
And, Lego only recently made that distinction and they decided to actually consider it a formal variant. And I have all these organized by, like, SW672, SW673, stuff like that.
The Bricklink code names.
Exactly. And so they just recently added this one, and I can't just, like, put them in there. Mm-hmm. So that's why he hangs out down here next to my favorite Lego minifigure, which is Jango Fett, because that was one of the first Lego Star Wars sets I got. And that's signed by his actor.
Tomorrow Morrison?
There on the back. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that is awesome. Oh my god.
And I would love to get more signed Star Wars minifigures, but I've only really kept it to the one. And this is just a random little display thing.
But it gets to be presently shown.
Exactly.
You like it that much?
Not really, actually.
This is Force Awakens. That's okay.
It fits a good space. It's a nice space occupier.
Oh, this was counting down to the game, not the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I mentioned earlier that Whatnot is sponsoring today's video. So I have some sealed sets here that are going to be for sale during my next Whatnot stream this coming week on April 14th. 2024 at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Now, my Whatnot stream is a part of a bigger event happening between April 11th to April 14th, which is something called Whatnot Con. Basically, some of the biggest sellers are coming out and literally creating a virtual convention for you guys to go shopping and find extremely rare items. Like, for example, the Christmas Lego Star Wars X-Wing. That was never publicly available, and this is going to be a part of Whatnot Con during my stream. Definitely check out what other streamers are going to be doing. It's going to be an entire weekend, again, between April 11th to the 14th. There's going to be incredible Lego Star Wars items that you're not going to want to miss out on. And like always, if you're new to Whatnot, down in the description, you'll find a link where if you use it and it's your first time joining Whatnot, you'll get a $15 credit that you can use during my Whatnot stream or anybody else's during Whatnot Con. So definitely click that down below. And no, your eyes are not deceiving you. That is 3 sealed, brand new Shadow ARF Trooper poly bags that will also be auctioned off during my Whatnot stream. Oh, and did I mention that we're also going to be auctioning off a Finch Dallo minifigure, one of the rarest, hardest to find Lego Star Wars figures, one of my favorites that I personally don't even own, and it's crazy that I'm even holding one right now. So this will also be auctioned off. And don't forget that this Whatnot stream, along with more to come from me, are part of my bigger ambitions to fund a full-on Lego studio that I plan on building in the coming years. Again, don't forget to bookmark the stream, utilize that $15 credit, all at the link down in the description. And again, thanks to Whatnot for sponsoring this video. Okay, so what is this bag right here? It says Lucasfilm on it.
Sorry, I forgot to talk about that. So if you look at the bag, it's a bunch of stuff that's not Lego quite related. It's a bunch of Star Wars. So you have like a Falcon.
Rebellion logo.
Yeah, Rebellion, Empire over there.
No, that's the Jedi symbol, I believe.
Oh, excuse me. Yep. Well, see, look at that. Learning something. But then you do have little Lego Yoda minifigure there. See him right there. So then this was given out recently to Lucasfilm employees. So it's that Yoda fountain that
Wait,
they
so
have.
it came in this bag?
Yeah, it came in the bag.
Oh, I did not
It's
know
a
that.
toiletry bag. Well, there's more stuff in there. I'll pull it out for you.
Oh my goodness.
But yeah, so that's the Lego Lucas Yoda fountain. So it's just a bunch of like loose pieces and such, and then the instruction manual in this very informal bag. So I'll put that down to the side. But there's other stuff in here too. You know, it's like a little toiletry bag. So there's like a lanyard. There's also a couple pins that I don't have currently in there. They're stored separately.
Now, for those of you who don't know, at Lucasfilm headquarters Skywalker Ranch in California, there is a fountain of Yoda. I'll put it on the screen right now. And so this is the first ever like Lego recreation of that. So if you're a hardcore Star Wars enthusiast, you know exactly what that is. And if you're a hardcore Lego Star Wars enthusiast, that's probably pretty valuable.
Have it. Yeah.
How much would you say that's worth?
That one goes. I think it's come down recently. I think it's more like 4,000.
Only 4,000.
Yeah.
only
But
4,000.
it has come down. I remember they were going for 6, 7, even more than that, because no one was quite sure how many were made. I think an estimate is maybe around like 1,200 or so.
Oh wow!
But
so quite a
it's
few.
it's never formally put out there, so that's purely guesswork. All right, so then here along like the bottom, which I wish I had a little bit better displayed, because you have to like get down to be able to see all of it. Yeah.
See it.
So
Be little kids again.
these are all like the Lego Star Wars like little diorama scenes, and if I'm recalling correctly, I'm going to be embarrassed if I get this wrong, but I think it's 2008 or 2009.
Yeah.
Yeah, I kind of want to look.
Right.
I actually want to look it up.
So these came out the same year as that box earlier with the set up there. That was the exclusive set that was sold at the Lego booth. With the Hellfire Droid and Clone
Yes,
Troopers.
exactly.
And what were these? Were these just giveaways?
I think these were. Yeah, I think they were giveaways. I'd have to look it up. I don't recall off the top of my head.
I don't either.
For most of these things, I usually remember their backstories, but for those ones, I don't quite remember, because
I've seen these on Bricklink for ages, and I gotta say, guys, seeing them in person, they're so much smaller than I expected.
Yeah, and if I have to pick a favorite one, I would pick the basically the detention block rescue one. I think that's I like the background art on it, where they have
it has
basically you see the hangar bay.
It has a number of them.
They're all limited out. Yeah,
300.
300, and then some of them they're not all out of 300.
What's
like
the back of them look like?
It's like basically, again, more like
Again, I've never seen this. I don't think I've ever seen the back of them.
And they all, as far as I recall, they all have the same. Yeah, they all have the same back.
Okay.
And then they all have kind of this clone trooper helmet
art.
kind of on the
That's
side.
The
Oh, look at
box
that!
Art.
Not a toy for children. I don't think I ever knew that was on there.
Wow.
I just noticed it when spinning it around.
Truly only a collectible.
But they're not all out of 300. There's actually, I think it's this one down here there's more of. Yeah, so that one, I don't know why, but they made more of it. Yeah, 1,250. Again, but it still has the same.
And you have all 6 of them.
Yeah, there was 6 made, and I've got all 6 there.
Jeez, that's crazy.
And then these, don't recommend really these display things, because they don't keep the dust out super well. So still have to dust things. And then if you go over here, these are like all the Star Wars 10s, along with I guess the precursor to Brickheads, I would say.
Yeah,
so,
the
Cube Dudes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one's signed by actually the designer of the Cube Dudes.
I'm surprised these sets sealed don't go as much as I thought they were.
Yeah, and it's tough to actually find. As you can even see, my box is a little bit dinged up. It's this really cheap, like thin cardboard, so they get dinged up very easily. But I still have this one just because it's signed by the designer.
The seal though.
Yeah.
Oh, and it has the number on it.
Yep.
509.
Yeah.
Wow. If you guys can't already tell, like a lot of this rare stuff is like one of something usually.
Yeah. All of these items I think that I'm showing on this shelf are basically limited. So that's actually a sample variant too. So ones that were given to employees that helped. Yeah. So that one incidentally doesn't have a number, but usually those are numbered out of like 1,000. But that one's from Celebration. This is from San Diego Comic-Con, as you can see there. So that one's actually numbered out of 1,000. I don't have the sample variant. I'm pretty sure my Darth Maul 10, I'm pretty sure this is a sample. No, it's not. It's numbered as well. So.
And then you have the Clone Wars Cube Dudes as well. I've always wanted that set as well.
Yeah.
That one's really cool.
Yeah. They're a little bit scary, but look, there's Captain Rex, Obi-Wan.
That was like prior to Lego finally making the helmet last year.
Yeah. But I like displaying them like that, like kind of at an angle.
Yeah. Very weird Lego set.
Yeah. And then this is, again, more San Diego Comic-Con numbered stuff. So the Millennium Falcon, little diorama, cockpit diorama. So this is from the Star Wars VIP Gala 2005.
So what is that for people who probably don't know?
Actually, I don't know much about it myself. Specifically, I believe it was held in Germany. And for this, it's actually just like the regular set that slides out in this case.
Oh, wow.
Like that.
Yeah.
And this is like the set itself. The Darth Vader transformation isn't special, but it's this case itself that's what's special.
Oh, that's
and I think the back art is very cool.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful.
Yeah. And this was reportedly, there's only 55 of these.
Always a number attached to these.
Yeah, there is always a number attached. Just like this one here, too. Try not to move this lanyard too much. This is, of course, a very finicky piece of Lego Star Wars history.
10 years of ruling the toy galaxy.
So this is 2009, so this is when they released the Star Wars Chrome Vader, and I guess this would be officially one of like the first Chrome Vaders ever made.
That's
and then
so
this is limited to 100. There's actually 4 different lanyard colors.
On the very corner there, I see it.
There's 4 different lanyard colors, and I have a friend that has all 4. I don't myself because I actually don't care that much to collect all 4 different VIP pass colors. But there's some things I just say I'm not as interested in.
Yeah.
And these are really rare as well. It's mostly just for like the etched tiles here along the bottom because the figures are just the regular light up versions, and then the stands, I mean, you could just grab basic bricks even though they're glued, but these are specific invitations to this gala right here. So yeah, these are more just of the San Diego Comic-Con, but then also like little variants. So I feel like a lot of people don't necessarily know, or maybe more know than I think, but so there's actually like different variants, say, of this ghost. That seal's broken on this one,
like
but
yellow sticker.
Yeah, one has and it's basically this one has Chopper. This one has quote unquote black-haired Kanan, but actually, if you open up the box, it doesn't end up being black-haired Kanan. So
Fan Expo Canada.
Yeah, Fan Expo Canada, and it's the same for.
I didn't even know there was one for that.
Yeah, if you go into here. So, again, it's another Fan Expo.
Yeah.
And then this one was Star Wars Celebration. And you can see, again, there is like a slight change. So while the diorama itself is the same, the mini build, the minifigure's different. So one has R2 and one has C-3PO.
How on earth do you acquire this much stuff? Like, how, do you just have inside sources?
I do. A lot of this stuff that we're currently looking at comes from just like eBay and stuff like that, which is a little bit easier over the years. And then I've just been collecting for so long that while a lot of this stuff, like, you just can't find for sale at any point now, when it was first came out, which is generally when I bought it, it was more easily accessible. And then this is from 2013, so this is a really kind of dumb but rare piece because the figure itself is an exclusive, but this is just kind of announcing the launch of this DVD. I think it was, the DVD.
This is so... I've seen this go for bonkers money.
Yeah. And this is, so there's 150 of them. There's, of course, a couple sample versions. So I usually like to tell people there's 155, and this is number 2.
Of 150.
Of 150.
Yeah, 150. No,
and I'm not a huge stickler for numbers, and I don't really care if they're like low or high, but if it's number 2, I like that. So I was into it. And then this is a box set that makes up, you can put that on the screen too to actually show them like what the set is, but it's the Yoda holocron chamber.
I think the Brick Show, I don't know if you remember them, but they actually, I think they went to Toy Fair that year and got that set.
Did they build it?
I think they did actually build it and review it on their channel.
I mean, my box is sealed, so I have not been able to bring myself to open it up, but you can bricklink all the pieces and stuff.
Yeah, it's not that exclusive.
Do that. And then these are more just like San Diego Comic-Con.
I actually have that one back there, the Celebration.
Oh, yeah?
Yep,
yeah,
that one.
The Detention Block Rescue.
I don't remember what my number is, but I saw mine sealed.
Yeah, and that one they made the most of. It's honestly actually one of my favorites.
Of course, it's the least rare thing I have.
No, but it's one of my favorites because I think it's like the most, I don't know, well done. It's like the cleanest example. The box art's super cool. Mm-hmm.
It's like really premium. It's heavy.
Yes, it's heavy and like the glossy finish on it. Mm-hmm. It's nice.
Was this 2017? I think.
I think so. Yeah.
It was down in Orlando. I remember. Yeah. Good times. That's a good set.
The seals on the bottom of this one very easily come off, so it's really tough to actually find one that's sealed.
I like is the Republic logo on top of it? Is that embossed or is that cut out? No, it's not. Okay, yeah. It looks like 3-dimensional.
Yeah, and they put the number on the back for this one.
468 of 1,000.
It's like a little sticker.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah,
awesome.
So then these are more exclusive pieces.
This is where here, I'll switch around. Mm-hmm. This is where the fun begins over here.
Yeah, so this is from 2005? 2007, excuse me. It's from 2007.
There's a little tape right here.
I know. I need to get a better condition one. So this is limited to 500. So this is number 491 out of 500. And it also has a you got like a lanyard that you could like kind of stick on the back, and it has like a cool display of like the Imperial March. So it's like basically the exact scene you're seeing here.
Indiana Jones?
Yeah, I know, Indiana Jones with a little bit of Star Wars. So this is the transformation chamber. So you have Han Solo on one side, and you have Indiana Jones on the other.
So cool.
And again, this is one where it's limited on the bottom. So there's only 100 of these, and this is from 2008.
Wow.
And I have it, this is more Star Wars stuff, so I have it displayed on the Star Wars side. But
Yeah.
let's flip back and forth. And then this is from 2011, Toy Fair Lego like collector's party. It has this kind of cool box art, just a bunch of stars on the back. But then if you open it up, little instruction manual, and then it's like mini land builds.
Wow. Are they glued?
I believe yes. The Chewbacca and Han Solo are, and then the Boba Fett you actually get to build yourself.
Oh, okay. Oh my goodness.
You remember it?
Yeah. So, what's the background on this?
Yeah, so this is the reason I have this. The reason
It's like a random box of stuff.
It was a little
right?
box that you got, with the purchase of I think it was $75 years ago, and there was 5 poly bags, and of course back then people were kind of upset with the poly bags that were in it because they were like lame poly bags. I think but now one of them was like Admiral Ullarin, so everybody's like, oh, now I want that. But the reason I actually like to keep it sealed is because this also was where they had the little card, like little business card almost, that lets you enter into promotions to win that TC-14 up there actually, and then the solid metal R2s, which you'll see shortly.
That's crazy.
So, and then the Space Slug, that May the 4th promotion is down there too. But yeah, this is actually like a built version of it in this like little case. You hold that,
Yeah.
but then of course,
it's
I also have to have the sealed version that's unbuilt with the instruction
It came in just a Legoland bag.
Yeah, it just came in a Legoland bag.
Wow.
So really the only rare part is the instructions. And then I think there's actually a few pieces that are a little bit more uncommon that are challenging
This
to
is from
find.
what again?
This is Ambassador Pass from the year... Blanking a little bit off the top of my head again what year it is. It's in the earlier years, early 2000s. Oh yeah, and this is one of your favorites.
Yes.
Like
Here we go. Oh, it's
Just
so
for
much
cool-
smaller than I thought it was.
Just for cool box art. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, for those that don't know what this is, it's hand numbered.
Yeah.
254 out of 500.
Yeah.
This is a miniature version of an ATTE and Republic dropship, and I always thought this was cool. I actually found the instructions and built it myself.
Oh, did you really? Oh, cool.
I mean, you could do that yourself. You could bricklink the parts, but wow, this is insane. Finally seeing this. There's a little barcode on the top.
Yeah.
That's crazy seeing this now.
Yeah. Just another one where Lego took it it's again the contents themselves aren't super special, but the box art, I don't know, they did a nice job.
No, it looks like that Phase 2 Clone Trooper for me is just like, ooh, hits just right. This is something I'm familiar with.
Yeah, you own this one.
I do own
this
this
is
one.
reportedly there's only 100 of these.
Yeah, so I don't know if I can disclose who I got mine from, but it was a gift from someone from Lego. I'll say that. But yeah, it's cool seeing this. It has the white Boba Fett right here.
Yeah.
So it's limited to 100. It was like a gift, right?
Yeah, so it was an invitation to the Toy Fair that year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and
Yep,
there's actually nothing specifically special about it except really crazy collectors like David and I here are obsessed with little things like a piece of paper. So this piece of paper here, which is really nothing much, along with, of course, there's the 2 little booklets in there.
Yep.
But this piece of paper and the box and,
Sticker sheet.
This sticker on the back itself. Just see if I can very gently put this back in. But that's kind of what makes it exclusive. Little things like that.
Really? I was
again,
almost going to throw that out. Thank God I didn't.
No, don't throw the box out. Definitely don't do it. And then this is, of course, just the brickheads signed by Marcos.
Oh, that's cool.
Which I actually just recently got because I realized I didn't have it, and I didn't.
Like you didn't have
know
the
that.
set, or it just
Yeah,
wasn't signed?
It didn't. No, I didn't have the set. I was missing just one of the Comic-Con ones. And
That's
then
cool.
this is that clone building event box.
Boy,
That
boy.
for some reason people like to obsess about. I'll say it's one of my least favorite. I don't have the clone troopers in there.
Yeah,
Everybody
where are the
likes to ask,
clones?
Yeah, where are the clones? Don't
This
have the
is-
clone troopers.
This is so cool. Finally holding one of these.
Yeah. That's from 2000.
This is in good condition.
Yeah. I have all the paperwork, like the original certificates and stuff.
yeah.
So, and all actually the original planning information, even about how they were going to put on the event and stuff. I've got all that too.
I never realized it was a clone trooper on the top.
Yeah,
the
it's
helmet.
like a cutout.
That's so cool.
Yeah,
Build your clone troopers and how fast? What was it?
Yeah.
A minute or something?
I think it was a minute. But again, just like another thing where it's the Lego Star Wars Advent Calendar. from 2011, but just put in a really cool little box. And I love this just because of all the like address information and little things that they did.
What's the Boba Fett behind it there?
This is just a little mosaic that someone put on Rebrickable that I really liked. And then just two little store displays. So that's a Darth Vader that I don't currently have plugged in, but like his lightsaber lights up and he moves it up and down when you turn it on.
It still works?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. That thing, it's like, for those of you watching on YouTube, like it's a lot bigger in person. Like, I don't know, maybe like 3 feet high.
Yeah,
I would say.
On this kind of wall, I would say this is the cream of the crop. Some of the, I guess, nicer stuff.
You have to pull out the white gloves. For
these.
Oh
yeah. If we touch anything, then
I thought this was hilarious, but I believe you on this.
No, I do actually wear cotton gloves. So if we end up wanting to pull anything out individually, we can do that. In fact, I'm actually going to put on a pair, because that way you can get to the back of some of this stuff. You have the bronze C-3PO, which was a 2007 giveaway. It's one of one. And then I've got, without certificate, but are authentic, as they come from the person that put on the promotion, as a sterling silver C-3PO, and then solid gold C-3PO as well. And then there's a couple like internal release figures that you don't often see available for sale, and there's a lot of like fakes of this George Lucas, and now since I publicly posted it, there's also a lot of fakes of this Greedo figure, but mine do come with certificates that I have tucked away. And there's also a few little telltale signs in terms of like what's actually an authentic one versus what's one of the fake ones that's been reproduced.
So, what would you say the value of all this stuff here on this first level is?
That's a secret. These two you can, like, it's kind of public information, I guess, online in terms of what I paid for them, because I was through an auction house. But for these other ones, that stays between me and seller. Too much money probably for
more than I can think of.
No, probably too much in terms of just like me having an addiction. And then this is one of 100. This was given out in Australia as a promo. They put these into box sets. So this is a Chrome C-3PO, but they put it into the box sets here in like the America and Europe.
I've seen this on Bricklink, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, but then this one specifically, they can't do that in Australia, so they did it through the Lego Club magazine, because they can't, like, I think Australia sees it as, it's against the law in terms of like seeing it as a form of gambling to put it into box sets. So instead they did it this way, and they gave out 100 that are in this packaging, which it's very just thin cardboard packaging, but I paid a lot of money for it because, it's unique. So that's the top, and then all 5 of these. So this is officially the complete collection of the solid metal Lego R2 minifigures. And so believe it or not, because everyone always asks me, why did you get 5 of them? They're actually all unique. So each one has its own special feature. So here at the top,
special feature.
Yeah. Here at the top, there's actually 3 different versions of the sterling silver. So R2-D2. So as you can see, one is labeled as a 1-of-1 prototype. This one over here, which I can turn for you, is actually labeled out of 10, which is a lie, as you can imagine, because there's then also a sterling silver one that says 1-of-1 prototype. And then in the back, if I keep carefully rearranged, as you see, like everything shaking, this one's actually labeled sample. So they had the 1-of-1 prototype, was the first one that was ever made in terms of actually trying to make the design, because as we'll get down to there's also platinum and white gold. Sterling silver is actually the hardest to etch into to make this whole design. So as you can see, it's like laser engraved.
Oh.
So but it's the cheapest metal. So they practiced on sterling silver ones, and when they finally got the design they want, they encased this one to actually have for the person that kind of designed this whole project.
Do you feel like this one's the most valuable out of the bunch? Because
out of the sterling silver 3, yeah, just because the certificate itself says 1-of-1 prototype. So I didn't actually know this one even existed until recently. And then the sample one was just like 2 other people that worked on the project. So they actually gave one to another employee that was very involved, and then the other one went to the jeweler that made all of these.
Yeah.
That jeweler has since sold it if people are trying to find out who the jeweler is. So it's in private collection hands at this point now too. So that's the 3 different versions of the sterling silver R2-D2. And so then, as you can imagine, even though this says 1 of 10, there's actually 13 sterling silver R2-D2s in total. But then I have been reassured that down here for platinum, which is 1 of 5, and then the white gold, which is 1 of 1, there are truly no other outside of those numbers. So there is only 5 platinum, and then this is the only white gold one in the world.
And there was no prototypes?
No prototypes of those, no. Because those metals were actually easier to etch into versus sterling silver was more challenging, but it's just the sterling silver is much cheaper. So then this is just the VIP black card Millennium Falcon.
Is that your actual card in it?
It's not. It's actually one that I got from somebody else. I did not buy the Millennium Falcon on its day of release. I know. Shocker.
I can say I did, and I have the
you have your actual card.
I have the actual card. And
so I didn't do that.
The real thing.
But the reason I have it in there is just because, to actually enter into the sweepstakes to win the white gold R2D2, you had to be a black VIP card hold member. So, yeah.
I did not know that. I didn't win
so that's why it's in there. And then here at the bottom, the best Lego Star Wars set ever made.
Really?
Yeah, it's the first Lego Star Wars set ever made.
Oh, that's right.
So this is from 1999, the original announcement piece. And it actually had a sound chip in it, which none of them work, or at least I've never found one that works. But this is the best one in terms of condition. You can see like the little sound chip piece trying to get there. And then that's just information announcing the release. You can actually even see in there that Luke Skywalker's holding a blue lightsaber as opposed to green. Mm-hmm. So this is actually a pre-production piece, even for like the ones that they ended up giving out for announcing the Lego Star Wars release. So this is like the first one.
Are the figures glued?
I have never touched them to actually figure that out. So I don't know if they're glued or not. But you can even, I don't know if Lee's going to be able to catch it on there, but you can see the end of the lightsabers is actually rounded off as opposed to capped.
Oh, wow.
So it's just another interesting kind of pre-production piece. And then it doesn't take much of a Star Wars fan to look at the back of this and say that X-Wing doesn't quite look right. And so, had a few little errors on this box. It's not without its flaws, but I think that's what makes it more special. And then this was the little box that it actually came in.
New from Lego Toys. Not Lego.
Toys.
Lego Toys.
Yeah, so that was
open immediately! Exclamation point.
And then the back here, that's just another VIP giveaway that was quite limited that they did. You could cash in your VIP points to try to enter into it to win this.
It's a whole. I see it now. So the Boba
it's
Fett's
basically
below it.
Yeah, and that's previous, and that sticker sheet, like it's numbered out of 20,000 on the back, and that's number 5.
Okay.
So
that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, fun little inclusion piece. I'm a big Lego. I feel like to really appreciate to appreciate Lego Star Wars, I feel like I have to appreciate the history of Lego a little bit too. So this kind of top shelf here is all pretty rare, like employee pieces or pieces of Lego history. So you can see there's just like the recent VIP keychains there in the front, which are special. Yeah. Which you just cash in some VIP points for. But these are like the solid gold Lego bricks that were made back in the 1990s for employees that had exceptional service or like 25 years of service.
Yeah.
And again, that's something else. There's a rumor about like how many were actually made. No one quite knows, but maybe like around 20 to 25 or something. But this one's pretty cool because this is the original stamp for
what does it say?
The founder of Lego. So it's like his initials on there.
Huh.
Yeah.
Christensen.
Yeah. And then, a bunch of like other kind of like Lego jewelry pieces, stuff like that. Down here is like my little space collection. So like a Lego set that was only given to designers this past year. One of the aluminum figures that was like on the Juno spacecraft. But that one was like again, as you can imagine, is not on actually the Juno spacecraft. Mm-hmm. And then International Space Station, that went in 2001. This is like from the Czech Republic. They sent those up on like a kind of one of those space balloons. If you come down here, this is another kind of like VIP promotional pieces. Batman, signed by Will Arnett there on the little tile. Zombie manager figures from 2015 at a Lego Brand Manager Conference in Houston, Texas. Those are all the 3 official versions of the Lester minifigure. The one that's on the left, there's only actually 10 of, and it's in that little case. But most people don't know there was actually 3 different little variants. It's just like a Lego movie promotional piece. I was fortunate enough, along with David here, to go on the Lego Inside Tour in 2023. And so this is just like my little setup of a lot of my memories from the Inside Tour, some figures and stuff that I collected from
you
employees.
Won a trophy.
I did.
That's what that is.
I won a trophy. That's my little design build up there. And so then I won that trophy. It was designed in the event of a Blacktron, which is an old Lego theme from like the 80s.
Yeah, for those that don't know, if you're on the Lego Inside Tour, I have a whole video about that, but they have some activities while you're on the tour where if you build a certain type of creation, you win, you get this handcrafted by a Lego designer trophy. And so that's just one example.
So I guess it's one of one.
Yeah, and they're always different because it's a different designer on each tour.
Yeah. And then...
now onto the boring stuff.
Yeah, the real boring. There's no plastic in here, so...
Boo!
These are
Actually, wait, what about the Ferguson tractor down there?
Oh, that's true. I guess a little bit of plastic from the 50s.
Yeah, from the 1950s for Lego.
Yeah, then these are all like... this is real, true Lego history from like 30s and 50s. So these are all original Lego wooden toys.
So do you see yourself collecting more of this stuff, or are you just
no,
so you want to collect more of this?
I love the wooden toys, yeah. So I actually keep a pretty extensive catalog of all the different variants of the Lego Duck.
You just casually have Bionicle masks that are stupidly valuable, just chilling there.
Yeah, so these are from 2015, excuse me. They made solid gold Lego Bionicle masks. Still trying to get
they come with these pieces?
Like, yeah, they came with the display stand. And actually, the person that sold me this one when he was a kid, when they were like, "Oh, you won the Bionicle mask," he's like, "Cool, is there a display stand?" And they're like, "No." And then he's like, "You guys should have a display stand." So then they made this display stand.
Wow.
So yeah, he shared that with me when he sold it to me.
That's cool.
Yeah. So there's 7, I believe, in total.
This one is stupidly cool looking.
Yeah.
I'm not a Bionicle person, but that is.
I'm
really
not a huge
cool
Bionicle person either, but I like rare stuff and rare Lego items. So yeah, the mask of ice, and there's the mask of earth. But there's like the 6 elements, and then there's also the mask of creation. Mm-hmm. And so I think there's like 7 in total or so. And I know where all of them are, but there's a lot of people that just don't want to sell right now.
So your goal is to eventually have them all.
I would love to. Patiently waiting. This was the original announcement piece for Lego Bionicle too. So like if you open this up.
Oh, so just like Lego Star Wars, they had something for Bionicle.
Yeah.
Oh, it lights up.
It lights up.
Wow, all these years later.
Remove this mask. Sometimes it talks, sometimes it doesn't. I have yet to learn. You can see his eyes glow green. But
all these years later, it still works.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
See, this mask fell out. There you go. So his eyes light up.
And the Bionicle launched when?
2001, I think. There's probably a year.
That sounds about right. 2001, 2002.
I hate not knowing all this stuff off the top of my head.
Yeah, I thought you were a real Lego collector.
I know. I don't know. I feel like I'm a little bit of a fraud.
I'm allowed to say I don't know because...
but I'm right. 2001.
Oh,
so
all right. I see.
I still know it.
Ooh, well, that looks awesome.
Yeah, this is from, I believe it's from Japan, but I actually haven't seen one else like. Yeah, but it's just a collection of all like these 4 mini sets.
So where did you find this?
Some guy from, I believe he's from Japan. Yeah, sold it to me.
So this next section, again, you guys should check out my Lego Inside Tour. This will help understand. But basically, every year, Lego offers a certain amount of people. Normally, it's more people apply than can get in. It's like 1,000 people apply, maybe like 100
even
get
more.
selected. Is it more this year?
Actually, I think there was, when we applied, I think there was 3,000 to 4,000 people total or something.
God.
They said that had applied for the tour. Yeah.
And I think I don't know how many, was it 30 people per group? And
yeah,
they have like
roughly 30.
5 or 6 groups.
Yep.
So 150 people a year basically. But anyhow, it's like a $3,000 ticket nowadays. It was much less before the pandemic, but now the Lego Inside Tours is very expensive. That doesn't include the airfare to Bill in Denmark. But when you go on the tour, you get this set, one of these sets at the end of the tour. It's different every single year depending on when you go for the Inside Tour. Last year, I personally, and both of us went on the same year, but different tour groups. That would have been really... I wish we were on the same group. That would have been great. But
that would have been awesome.
The fire truck is the most recent one. So I actually have this set. I didn't want mine signed, actually.
I kind of wish I hadn't gotten mine signed, to be honest with you. So, yeah. You did it right.
I feel like I did it right.
I actually saw someone on my tour was really smart, and they knew they were going to open up the set anyways. And so they opened it up, and they had them sign this tile on the side, and so they could just replace it if they wanted to be signed or not.
That's smart.
I should have thought about that. Yeah, so I could have one signed because
idea.
I actually have. Yeah, I've got the one that's built, and then I have my own version down there that's unbuilt. Best part about all these Inside Tour sets, so they started doing the Inside Tour in like 2005. So you can see if up in the upper right, that's the first Lego Inside Tour set that was made. It was actually designed by Kjeld. and it was a set that he wanted to be released like years and years before. I think in the 70s or 80s or something like that, but it never got released. So then they put it in this like red painted box, kind of like how they used to box up their products. Yeah, so one of my favorite parts about all these Inside Tour sets is they're each like a callback to a unique piece of Lego history. So I just like grabbed this one. It's actually one of my favorites, the Piper airplane. So if you flip it to the back, it talks a lot about like what that history is, and specifically like the Piper airplane being one of the first planes that they had, and you know, really being the start of kind of like the airport that they have in Bieland as well. So just really neat.
And if you're on the Inside Tour, and each specific box is different to the group that you're in, and you get your picture taken.
Exactly.
So we both have our separate boxes in the fire truck with separate pictures.
You know, if I really want to be a thorough collector, it means that I now have to get all the box variants of the different pictures on the back. But I'm going to leave that challenge for a different era in my life, perhaps. Not anytime soon.
Probably my favorite is way up there. I love that molding machine, the
AGV.
That thing is so cool in the factory.
Pretty cool.
This is cool too, the molding machine. Though I feel like this was a Lego house set.
It was, but it's different.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is designed differently.
Yeah,
okay.
It's a different design. So the Lego house one has over 1,000 pieces. This one has less pieces, but it's a bigger box. And then obviously it's numbered, but then it has this is like the original molding machine that they had.
So the last part is probably everybody's favorite part. Sealed Lego Star Wars sets. Like, a lot of them are like 3-in-1 packs, right?
Yeah, again, space issues. So I have to be relatively selective in terms of like what Lego Star Wars sets I would display. So while I have a lot of sealed Star Wars sets that are, you know, down in my storage units and such, you know, I chose basically a lot of like my favorite ones, either because they have like a personal story for me. So like this being one of my first Lego Star Wars sets, or one of my favorite Lego Star Wars sets, Jango Fett Slave 1 back there in a co-pack. Yeah, you might be able to lift it up better than I can.
Oh,
yeah.
This thing's so much bigger in person.
Yeah, with its giant carry case, who knows why.
The embossed carrying case.
Yeah, yes. So,
nothing on the back.
Nothing fancy on the back.
This looks like something you'd see in Costco like years ago.
That's right.
Jeez.
Yeah. And then, all these like 3-in-1 packs and stuff. So, you know, a lot of these are value packs that are in like the Bricklink database. That are, you know, relatively rare. Like you can still find that one on eBay and stuff. But
this one's pretty cool to me because it has the OG Clone Trooper Battle Pack. At least the Clone Wars variant.
Yeah.
You actually have the OG Battle Packs right here.
Yeah.
Those are great sets.
From, what is it, 2007?
That's so cool.
I think. No, I always feel like I have
it's 2007. You're right.
Double check myself. It is 2007.
I know that
it
by
is.
heart.
Yeah. All right. Great.
That's where the battle packs.
So
are
far, I'm
introduced.
guessing correctly a lot.
No,
Thank
you're
goodness.
doing so good. And then you got stuff down here. This one I've never seen. Oop, and I'm about to destroy your collection.
There goes that 10 out of 10 box. You break it, you buy it. So.
This one is probably one of my favorites right here. It has the 2014 box art, but you said this one's like pretty rare. It was only
I think it's only in Europe. Maybe it might even be exclusive to Germany. I don't know if I don't want to make that up, but I at least know in Europe, like you couldn't get this in the States.
This is awesome.
Yeah, and actually that goes for quite a few of these like super packs. You could only get over in Europe.
For the longest time, the 3-in-1s or 2-in-1s weren't in the U.S.
This is one of my favorite ones, though.
Is this the Toys R Us? I have this box, except it's like really destroyed.
It's really tough to find this one sealed.
Like,
look at that glossy.
I know, the metallic kind of feel to it.
Same thing about it,
That thing's awesome.
Came with the poster.
Jeez.
But yeah, finding the seal in this box is like
this box
perfect.
Is awesome too.
Yeah.
The 2005 Revenge of the Sith box art. Yeah. And then what is this right here? This looks like Japanese.
Another Japanese, kabaya. So this is just like an unopened case where there's 2 of each of these in there.
Oh wow. Okay.
So this is a pretty special piece. It wouldn't look like it on first glance, so it just looks like your classic like Republic fighter tank, back of the box, all that.
Yeah.
But here, kind of embossed, is this Star Wars Celebration Japan. So this small little piece here, which is, all of 2% of this whole box, is what makes it special. I forget the exact number again off the top of my head. I know it was less than 50.
So this was the last time Celebration was in Japan. It's coming back next year in 2025.
Oh, well, maybe we'll get another exclusive piece. So.
I hope so.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's also a European variant because it doesn't have the piece.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It's interesting.
It's a nice little pickup there, too.
Wait, what makes this special?
So there's the regular issue. I can't remember the exact difference on the box, but this is the specific reissue with 7142, and there's actually none currently available for sale on Bricklink.
How much do you think this is worth?
I don't actually think I spent that much money. I think I spent a couple $100 on it.
Oh, so not
$200
like
something?
thousands.
No,
only
not
a
like
couple
thousands.
hundred.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
not like thousands.
Why do you have the? What's so special about the TIE Fighter collection back there? It's just a sealed version. Or
Yeah,
is
it's
there
just a
anything
sealed
special?
version, and the box is like perfect. Yeah.
It is. That's a minty box, and
Yeah.
that is a giant Lego logo on that box.
Yes, it is, and
reminds-
aggressively large.
It reminds me of the Death Star 2 box.
Yeah.
You know, that has a stupidly large Lego logo
Yeah.
on it, but I kind of love that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
And
the
then
Lego
the
in me.
Ultimate, again, I'm not a huge Clone War prequel person, but the Ultimate Space Battle, another one that I think it just has like exceptional box art. And,
Okay,
you want to see it?
I'm gonna
Yeah, grab,
you
go
wanna-
grab it. No, go
okay,
grab it.
okay,
It's all you.
I'll
It's all you.
attempt. It's awesome. You got Vulture droids, Tri-Fighters.
Yeah. And even though they don't like consider this like a 3-in-1
Jedi
super
Interceptor.
pack or value pack, I don't know. I just see it like it's like
This was the beginning of it.
I feel like to some
Yeah.
extent.
Well, actually, I mean,
The value packs are older.
yeah. No, definitely.
Like from like 99, 2000, stuff like that.
Oh my god, I love this. Only
Yeah.
because it says only $29.99.
Yeah.
I bet it's worth a lot more than
Yeah,
that.
if you want to
today.
buy it, that's the price for today. Actually.
Oh.
Well, I'll have to do a like sign up
Originally
charge. I'll do it
$60.
$60. Yeah, so, just for inflation. Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then, as you can see, I lack self control in many ways, and then kind of you just like sometimes you just see a nice box and you just end up buying more than one. So
Why do you have 9 X-Wing Christmas sets?
yeah,
These are like worth like $1,000 a piece.
yeah. It's a great question. I don't 100% know why.
I remember they were on
it
eBay though
is.
for a hot second. They were on eBay for like
Probably.
$300-$400.
I mean, some of it, like, there's a lot of Lego in this room, and sure, like, I dip into my actual job or, like, other investments to help pay for some stuff sometimes, but a lot of it actually is, in a way, self-funded in terms of, like, clearly, I have a big Lego collection, and, I keep a lot of stuff, but I do sell some stuff to help fund it so that I can have new purchases, and I'm constantly seeing it as, like, changing tiers of my collection to work up and build a bigger and nicer collection. I had to sell stuff that maybe at one point I was really excited about years ago, but then, now at this point I'd rather sell that to fund a different purchase. So for the X-Wing, yeah, I think maybe when it was, it's been a while now, but when it was like a bit cheaper, I was like, oh, this is a really cool set. I'll buy them, tuck them away in like a closet, or I was just like, thought it was a cool display. So I ended up setting them all here. One of them's, signed by all the Lego Star Wars design team, and then the other ones are just, hanging out, I guess, to some extent. But yeah, all of them are sealed except I think the one here on the bottom, actually.
And then lastly, before we, I did want to just point out, you are a mock builder.
Yeah, when time presents
This is awesome.
itself. No, thank you.
Lord of the Rings
Thank you.
right
The
here.
real feature. This is why they came here.
Yeah, not the collection.
Not the collection,
but-
but yeah. So there's
You're more than just someone who buys Lego.
I love to build. I just don't have much time to build. I'm mostly just collecting now, but once life sorts itself out here in the next couple years, I hope I'll have more time to build on a much greater scale. Although never solid brick studio scale. I think we reserve that for you two.
Thanks. Yeah,
Yes.
Lee here on camera, he's a better builder than I am. That's not a hot take.
So then the original Lego Star Wars Millennium Falcon, they had like limited run, I guess, per se, and they came with a certificate of authenticity, like the first.
Boxes had the symbol on it too, I believe.
Yeah, the boxes have that seal on them, but
Yep.
then they also came with a certificate of authenticity that was, signed by the designer of the set, and then of course CEO of Lego at the time, so killed. So then I have number 5, then I also have number 4, 3, 2. And then 1.
And it's not even signed.
And they're not signed. Yeah. So I don't have a great explanation for it, but yeah. And then I actually, again, I don't know why, but I do have number 2 that's actually signed.
That's wild.
And why there's an extra copy that's blank of number 2, don't necessarily know. I don't know if they were just like for the first 10 or 20 or whatever. They just like had extra copies just in case. Maybe they were self-conscious about their signatures or something. So blank take.
I'm surprised how much you've been able to pack in this entire room. It is quite incredible that you have as much as there is in this room.
Thank you. Yeah.
Granted, you have no open set, or just a few open sets.
Yeah.
But if you had all of them,
Very true.
It wouldn't work.
No,
even
it
if
would
you
not.
had all of them hanging from the ceiling, it still wouldn't
No, I
work.
think a priority for wherever I end up living here in a couple years from now will be
space,
a
square
bigger
footage.
Space. Square footage is
That's
what it's
what
all
you
going to be
need.
about. So
You
that
need more space.
I'll just have like sets strewn out over tables and, you know, make a little bit more space. But I actually...
Got to invest in the space, not
What
the
I
Lego.
do want to do in the future, in the next couple of years, is I would like to, you know, make this something that would be more public and open up a Lego museum.
Yeah,
and,
that's what I was going to ask towards the end. Is like, would this ever become a museum? Potentially,
I would love
term?
to if people were, you know, I don't know, if people are interested enough or not, but it would be something I would like to do and have.
Maybe
like
we can collab. We can have a mock area and we can have a museum area.
Legitimately, like what I want to do. So I want to have like a Lego mock setup, a place for like old fans of Lego to hang out, kind of like on the side, meet and greet sort of place, a big Lego museum, a little Lego store. Like it is actually something I'm very serious about in the next 5 years or so. I would like to get that started.
No, that sounds like a good idea.
And I've already actually started looking at a few things here, initial staging plans and stuff.
No, I think people would love seeing this stuff in person because it truly is. It's completely different to see that. I've seen your Instagram.
Yeah,
it's completely different to see it in person. So again, thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Really appreciate it.
Thanks for coming out.
Lee, I just want to say thank you to him behind the camera. He did all the film work today.
Does deserve a shout out.
So thank you for inviting us.
Absolutely.
And this was incredible to see all of this. It makes me really sad that this is all going to be packed up.
Yeah,
and
me too.
never see the light of day for years to come.
Sadly,
that
that's
sucks.
the reality of the situation. But
anyhow, well, thanks again.
Of
Thank
course.
you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.